Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Creator SALEM podcast with our special guest, John Dexter, creator of Alpha Dogs. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? I'm retweeting this live right now, but yeah, I'm doing really good. We're 3 days into the campaign for Alpha Dogs, so it's going pretty good. We're over 50% funded. We're getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's tough. We were talking a little bit about the recession that somebody in a big white house doesn't want to admit that he put us in, and money being tight for everyone. But just coming off, a big, huge campaign for Eric July, where he did almost $4 million on his first book.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's amazing.
With his huge following. I looked at it and I was like, he's really not telling us a lot about the character.
No, I noticed that too.
I'm like, yeah. Do you even know anything about your own character? You're not telling me anything that makes me want to throw away like 40 or 50 bucks for one book. Yeah. I'm like, no, yeah, I know I'll know people that have it, and maybe when we get together, I'll be like, hey, bring that book to the con. I just want to flip through it and read it. He goes, oh, you can have it. I didn't like
it. They're mostly supporting him than the comic itself, which does go with most Kickstarter comics, sure, because we're nobodies, most of us are not really well known, and you're kind of supporting the person until you get your name out there more. So, but hey, man, congratulations, more power to him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm a fan of his. I've been following him for years.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lot of money. I'm like, I'm too poor to pay attention. So it's few and far between that I get to do it, but I get to support campaigns by doing shows like this and getting to know creators. And if one of the weekly scratch tickets my girlfriend buys ends up hitting, be like, hey, before we buy the house and move out of this crappy state, can I order some comics?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna need about $4,000. I go, oh, they're like about $20 a piece.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
But there's different things going on, and I like the premise that he set up, because we never know where everything's going to go with the changes in Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And last year they hired somebody to supposedly pump up their comic book business at Kickstarter, and all she did was go around and blockchain like about 40,000 people on Twitter.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, oh, it's this again. Lovely.
Yeah. Now there's Zoom. There's a few more popping up now, so they're getting a little more competition. They're kind of starting at the ground level, but you never know.
It's Zoop, right?
Zoop. Yeah, there's Zoop, and there's another one I can't recall. Comics something I can't recall that has started now too. So, but of course the Grandmaster, of course, is Kickstarter. So, but yeah. I mean, Indiegogo is kind of like, if you're in that clique, then you do really, really well. So,
yeah, it's like a double-sided coin.
Yeah,
you kind of want to do both of them. Maybe not at the same time, because it's tiring running one of these.
Oh yeah,
but you also don't want to leave money lying on the table where you might find some fans. Some fans like Kickstarter because it gives them time before the money comes out of their account, and it's the best well-known crowdfunder. Indiegogo, some people like it because they take the money out of the account right away, and that way they're like, well, I don't have to worry about if I go to pay my cell phone bill or my rent or something, and like another $100 is missing out of my account, and I forgot I backed all these books.
Yeah, I definitely prefer when the money comes right out and then people don't have buyer's remorse because that happens quite a bit. especially towards the end of the campaign, people back out. It's frustrating. I've already had about $300 get taken away because they changed their mind under 24 hours. I don't know what changed in 24 hours, but it happens. Life happens. So.
Well, that's what happens when you get drunk and you hit the internet. You just stop buying stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But
Now,
good.
one of the big things that a lot of people are talking about is getting their own websites up and running.
Mm-hmm.
So even after you crowdfund, you still have that open storefront, kind of like you do with Indiegogo.
Yeah.
But you're not giving anybody a cut. It's, it goes, directly to you.
Yeah, I need definitely to set up a website. I haven't done that yet. That's something I need to get moving on. It's just, I have I have a job, and then this is basically like having a second job. So it's been tough, and I was crazy enough to do another Kickstarter that just ended 3 weeks ago, and then I started this one. It was a comic book I did called Dime Store Detective. It was noir, definitely much different than Alpha Dogs, but just as good, but just a totally different genre. It was detective mystery / supernatural comic, and that just ended a couple weeks ago, and that was successfully funded, and it just how things worked out. Alpha Dogs has started now 2.5 weeks after that one. So we're in, like I said, we're into day 3 in Alpha Dogs. Things are going pretty good, but it's slow, but it's going. I had a really good first day, and then it's kind of petering out, which it always does. But every Kickstarter I've learned is this will be my 4th one, and every one is different.
Yeah. Well, we just learned, since you just finished Dime Store Detective and jumped right into this, that, well, you are a sucker for punishment.
I know. I'm nuts, but it just worked out that way, and I feel just as passionately about both projects, so I wanted to get them out there. I like to start them when the comic book is at least halfway completed, so that people don't have to wait so long for fulfillment. I hope to have Dime Store Detective finished and completed by the end of October, and Alpha Dogs is about 3/4 of the way done, just about, with the art. And so I'm hoping that in 2 months that I'll be able to start shipping those. I was able to do that with Alpha Dogs too. I was able to fulfill, and 2 months later, after the ended, I fulfilled all the campaign. So
yeah, that's always, I am very leery of people who have only like 8 to 10 pages of the book done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you told me how much time it took you to get from start to setting up the campaign page, and you've only got like a dozen pages of like an 80-page book done.
Yeah.
So
a while.
This is going to be what, something for next year?
Yeah, it's been, there's one I've been waiting a year now to get my comics. I pretty much gave up on that. There's about 3 that I have yet to receive, and so they won't be getting my business again, that's for sure. So I make sure I try to fulfill as soon as I possibly can, because I want people to keep coming back.
Yeah, you want to have a quicker turnaround, so you can keep the series like Alpha Dogs and Dime Store Detective going, kind of like on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. Even if you do like one or the other, like every other month or every like 3 months, like a quarterly or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So people know, oh, there should be a new issue of that coming out, and they'll look you up on where they follow you, and go from there.
Yeah, precisely.
So let's see. Alpha Dogs is at 1674 of a $2,500 goal. You get 38 backers and 28 days to go.
Yep. It's got plenty. There's still a lot of people that are going to be say they're going to back, so there's still a lot out there. So hopefully I can blow through my funding goal here in the next by the end of the weekend is my hope. But there's the first cover. It's the covers are awesome, top of the line. I don't cut any costs when it comes to producing the comic book because obviously I want people to keep coming back. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's the regular cover. The one with no one can see us. So I gotta remember that when I do it.
I really like this cover. It reminds me of the old Charlton comics.
Yes, it is. It's a homage, if you will, to Hulk 181 with the debut of Wolverine.
I thought I felt something in there.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I love it. Wolverine's my favorite comic book character, so I wanted to do something for that to pay tribute to Wolverine.
It's just a great layout.
Yeah.
But, you get the homage, you get the old school like banner going across, and
yeah, it's beautiful. It came out so great. And then, of course, my all-time favorite movie, The Empire Strikes Back. So I had to do homage to that as well.
Yeah, this cover is just ominous. So.
Yes, it is. It's awesome. I love it. As The Empire Strikes Back was. It's gorgeous. I'm really happy how that came out. I couldn't have asked for. They're just the same people who did Alpha Dogs 1 and 2 have done this one. Stone Tower Studios. They're out of Argentina, and they work for Marvel, for DC, for Boom, for IDW.
Nice.
Yeah.
I looked at this cover. I go, oh, I want the puppy.
I know. Gotta have the puppy in there. But yeah, it came out really good. And then in the Kickstarter, if you go to it, there's an awesome trailer as well. And then I have the catch-up trailers from issue 1 and 2 on there. You can see to kind of get caught up. All 3 issues are offered in the Kickstarter in case you missed out on issue 1 and 2.
Yeah, let's go up. We'll play the trailer, and then we'll scroll on down some more.
All right. Now, do you have a video on your YouTube channel of this interview, or just?
Oh, this is gonna be on YouTube. It's on a few different Twitter channels, and it'll get uploaded to a podcast.
Now, what more could you ask for a trailer?
I know. So my first question is, your character right here from
Salem.
Salem.
He's the villain.
And he's got it looks like in the trailer, he's got a couple of nub fingers.
Yeah, so if you read issue 1, Buck and him have their epic little showdown there. He takes the blood off the older pit bull. So basically, to give you the little elevator pitch of Alpha Dogs, it's about this dog named Buck, who's this overgrown pit bull. Him and his owner Ina and this older grumpy pit bull have been on the run from this group of mercenaries named Blackrock. And the reason they're after them is because Buck and Cyrus both have the ability to heal from most any wound. They're intelligent enough to understand human speak, and they also have a slightly heightened strength. So this group of mercenaries that have been after them since Buck was a puppy, and they've been hiding out. And finally, they end up living in this farmhouse in South Carolina. That's where we pick up on the story for issue 1, and everything they finally seem to be living in seclusion, and everything seems to be going okay. And then Ina brings home her new boyfriend, who is a fellow bioengineerist at a company called Next Gen, where they developed the next generation of cancer therapy, which is actually a real thing. So in CAR T therapy, what they do is they take out cancer patients' healthy cells, weaponize them, and then put them back into the patient where they seek out and destroy the cancer cells. So Ina's new boyfriend Salem has kind of created the 2.0, the next gen of that, and he, once in possession of the dog's blood, can create his own dogs with superpowers. So when she brings them over and divulges the secret of the dog's powers, he already knows of it, and he's been planning this for quite a long time. He's manipulated her into falling in love with him, to where she actually, basically brings the supper to him, bring the dogs to him, and that kind of starts the domino effect of all the fallout, what's to come, with him able to create a dog. His dog named Monto becomes this big hulking dog in issue 2, and everything kind of comes to a head in issue 3 that's currently on Kickstarter. It's kind of the showdown. But in issue 1, Buck, the main character of the story, the white pit bull, he sees that CYRUS, the old pit bull, is allowing Salem to take his blood, because CYRUS, this old grumpy pit bull, he was of some prominence years ago with his owner, and he's kind of been given Ina, his current owner, kind of thrust onto him, and he wants to he doesn't want to live in this hiding and this beat dog. He wants to show off his powers, and by allowing Salem to take his blood, he believes he can do that. And once Buck notices this, he attacks Salem and bites off Salem's finger. So that's why Salem has those digits that are snapped off, is because in issue 1, Buck bit off the fingers, which kind of is the start of this rivalry, this hatred between Buck and Salem. And Alpha Dogs kind of works on a few themes. We have where Ina has just loved Buck, and that's been her boy for all these years. And then she brings this guy home, and she betrays the dogs by divulging their secret of their abilities and kind of pushing the dogs aside. It's kind of a metaphor for, when you get a puppy, or even with kids, when the mom or the dad get this new boyfriend and kind of push the kids aside. And it's kind of a cautionary tale, the story is. So there's a lot of themes on it besides just this story of superpowered dogs.
And let's scroll down to see what else we can see. So we have Alpha Dogs issue 3 PDF for
$5.
Issue 3 cover A for 10.
Mm-hmm.
Issue 3 a blank cover for 10.
Yeah, that's for sketch covers.
Yep. Love me some sketch covers.
Yeah. And then you can get all 3 PDFs, all 3 issues for only $12. I know times are kind of tough, and just to kind of get people to, invest in this, I put it down to $12, and you get all 3 issues as a PDF.
Yeah, I call this the Australian variant, because nobody likes spending $70 to mail one book to Australia.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
And the cover B, the homage Hulk 181 cover, is $12.
Yeah,
which is pretty cheap for a homage cover. And
yeah, it is. So I try to keep it as low as I could to hopefully get more people in the door.
And then the homage to Empire Strikes Back is $14.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all are very reasonable. I mean, a lot of the homage covers, the variants, they go for $20 to $25 on Kickstarter. So I try to keep it low. And
you can get catch-up copies of issues 1 and 2 for $20.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 covers of issue 3 for $35. Ooh, a tumbler with the puppy.
Yes, I did the same one on the last campaign, and it did pretty well. So I wanted to I wanted to do that again, and you get the 181 variant as well.
Reminds me a little bit of Bandit from Johnny Quest.
Yeah, it does.
Alpha Dog number 3, 5 issues. So this would be like a retailer.
Yeah, or if somebody really wants to give out, maybe for Christmas is going to be coming up by the time people get this, in late November. So it's got, you can mix and match up to 2 of each of the variants. So it's a really good deal. If you were to do it, if you got the most expensive ones, it'd be $64. So you save $9 by doing this.
Oh, nice. And you can get a picture of one of your dogs on the inside back cover for $60.
Yeah. There's 10 spots available. Half, I think, over half or half has been sold right now. So if you want to get it, you might want to jump on it. I can go up to 10 with the size.
Nice. In the mega pack.
Yeah, that's every issue variant that I have from issue 1 and 2, and the 3 from issue 3.
Nice.
Yeah, and then you also get the PDFs as well.
And the Trish Forrester Stray Dog sketch cover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually bought one myself from issue 2, and I'm going to buy one for issue 3 as well. So, yeah, they're all one of a kind. One of the characters of Alpha Dogs are on there. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I just asked her, hey, would you mind? she said, yeah. So it was awfully nice of her to agree to do it. She's such a big name in the comic book industry right now.
Oh, yeah. Her series is like through the roof right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was #1 selling indie comic last year.
And then cartoon drawings of your pet, the 140.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a terrific artist. You can see a few of the examples. I know it's kind of small here, but if anybody wants some other ones, they can. A couple people have already asked me for examples, and I've emailed them, and they bought the tier. He's a terrific artist, and as you can see, he colors it and everything. It looks amazing.
Yeah, they look great here. I'm looking at everything on a bigger screen because I'm old and blinded. So, and then for 200, Alpha Dog's virtual meet and greet on Zoom.
Yeah, I thought, what the heck, just in case somebody would like to, and I had actually a couple people fulfill that one. So,
oh, nice.
Stop and say hi.
Well, I just saved myself $200.
Exactly. I just got to get the comments.
Yeah.
And those are our stretch goals. Hopefully, I can blow through those.
So 3,500 will get higher quality print pages.
Mm-hmm.
So is that kicking up the grade and quality of the paper?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, instead of 60, it's 80, and it's the glossy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's the one thing when you spend like $25 for a crowdfunded comic,
mm-hmm.
and you get it in, it looks like 10 times better than anything that gets put on the shelf now.
Absolutely.
Because they go, well, we got to charge you like $12 for this #1 issue from Marvel because it's got reprints of stuff you don't care about in the back.
Exactly.
And an 8-page story in the front, and it's a #1.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, and like I said, people do pay a premium for these comics because they're smaller press. So at the very least, I want to put out a high quality comic when I ship it to them.
Oh, definitely. And at 4,000, there will be an exclusive Kickstarter sticker designed.
Yeah, my wife does all on her Cricut. She does all the stickers.
Oh, nice.
So once that's fulfilled, we get past that one, then I'll show the sticker.
6,000 is exclusive Alpha Dogs bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was one of the guys complaining, "Oh my God, how many bookmarks can I have?" And then I go to sit down, and I'm reading, 6 or 7 books, a couple of actual books, and the rest, of course, comics. And I'm like, I don't have enough bookmarks.
Yeah,
The hell, I got to back another book so I can get more bookmarks.
exactly.
So I got more bookmarks now. So I'm
Yeah,
doing okay.
definitely.
Alpha Dog's exclusive print at 8,000,
Mm-hmm.
and more to come at 10K.
Yeah, well, if I get 10K, I'll be jumping up and down. So, and that's the start of the add-ons here. So if you missed out on Dime Store Detective issue 1, like I said, the campaign just ended a few weeks ago. Now's your chance to buy it.
So you can get it as an add-on. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like the noir stuff.
Yeah, it's a terrific comic book. It's going to be an 8-issue series. They're already written out and everything, all 8 issues. So hopefully it can continue to get funded so I can tell the full story. It's a really, if you like True Detective, and if you like LA Confidential, or if you like supernatural stories, then you'd enjoy Dime Store Detective.
Alpha Dogs issue 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Great covers. And
then
there's some preview pages here.
Nice. Oh, this looks awesome.
Yeah, the artwork is top notch, like I said.
I mean, not if you're behind that door. But,
No.
From the outside, it looks good.
Yeah. He does not meet a very good fate.
Oh, man. Yeah.
They jump. They believe it's Ina and the dogs because this is their last known address, that Black Rock, the Merc group. And lo and behold, it's currently being rented by a pothead.
Apparently, he didn't hear any of the bolts clicking outside the door.
No. And here we pick up on Buck at the farmhouse. He's adopted these abandoned kittens, and he's feeding them some bologna. And Cyrus kind of takes him to task, saying basically, here you have all these incredible powers, and what are you doing with them? You're playing nursemaid to kittens. And there's Salem and Ina. And I skipped a little bit because I didn't want to give away too much. But on here, we have Ina. She's become a little suspicious of Salem. And so she takes a late night visit to his house. And through this, we get our confrontation between Ina and the dogs and Salem.
Yeah, because as we can see in the bottom right corner, she's being watched on security cams. So,
and that's from the trailer. The dogs decide to get through. They pull up the fence, and there we go. That's the little taste of what's to come. And there's my ugly mug with my dog, who is the inspiration for Buck, as you can see. My pit bull mix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's a great dog. He's getting up there. He's 13 now, so.
Oh, so he does like I do, just lays around the house.
Yes, very much so.
Watches a little TV.
Yeah, I want you to put him up on the couch because he's too old now to get up on it. So, and there's Fernando. He's done all 3 issues. He's, as you can see from the artwork, he's incredible.
Oh yeah.
There's some of his past work. I said he did some work for Eddie W, the Transformers, and he's done a lot of his own stuff.
Nice. I like that bottom right panel.
A lot of people have commented on that. Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm like, what's that from? I need to have that book too.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
It's not, but the first title that comes to mind is Shirtless Bear Fighter. But I know that's the wrong
there you go. That's a good title, man.
It just because he's a fighter and he looks to be Vikings riding a bear.
There you go. The story tells itself, writes itself.
Oh yeah.
And there's Ezekiel. He's a colorist. He's you see some of his landscapes he does. He's amazing.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I've got absolutely no talent in that area.
I got a box of crayons, but that's it.
Yeah.
My daughter's actually doing that and taking that up. She got into a specialty high school program for visual arts. And
cool. That's neat.
she's planning on
Yeah.
going to college for it too. So
Oh, good for her. That's great.
she
And
probably can get a job afterwards.
yeah, Lucas, he designed most of the Kickstarter page. He does all the lettering, does all the hiring. He's the owner of Stone Tower Studios.
Nice.
And that's basically all she wrote. So yeah, it's a terrific Kickstarter. Hopefully, people will check it out. I don't know how they possibly would be disappointed with it when they check it out. The trailer's great. It's great artwork. It's a terrific story. Buck is this misunderstood dog, like most of us, because of his breed and his size. He's a pit bull, and he's this hulking dog, and so humans fear him. But he's kind of like Casper, the friendly ghost. He's feared by the public, but he's actually got a great heart. And as the series goes along, he helps some people and tries to prevent people from dying. All the while, he's being chased at or feared by humans. So he's a terrific character, and anybody that reads issue 1 and gets going will thoroughly enjoy him and the story that it entails. Everybody loves dogs, and this is told in kind of like I was a big fan of Lost, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, where you have this mystery that kind of goes along that we're trying to figure out. And in this case, it's how the dogs got their powers and why Salem is on this revenge plot that he needs these dogs to create his own dogs with incredible power. So there's a lot to go into with it, but like I said, everybody that's read issue 1 and 2 has thoroughly enjoyed it. And with this thing, I've got a lot of people that are buying it are repeat buyers. So
yeah, it's nice to see everybody come back,
yeah.
And then the audience, slowly build, with each issue.
Yeah,
I do know one thing that I learned from talking to hundreds of people over the last 3 years. I found out from Neff over at Global Frequency that if you run a Kickstarter and you fund, you meet your goal and you go into production, that you can transfer your completed Kickstarter over to Indiegogo as just an open storefront, so you don't have to run the campaign again.
Oh, okay.
So you could just actually transfer it over there. I'm sure if you hit him up on Twitter, he'd be able to tell you more about it.
Yeah, I went on their show for a Dime-Store Detective. They're really great. I'd like to go back on there.
Oh yeah, they
nice.
Neff told me about that. He goes, well, yeah, because if you fund on Kickstarter, you don't have to do an Indiegogo campaign. You just transfer the whole thing over there, and then you can promote it. And it's promoting an in-demand book, so you just keep fresh content and posts going on Twitter and on Instagram and stuff, and before you know it, you're every few days you might be getting an order in for another book.
Heck, that's good. I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know you could transfer it over like that. I just assumed since they're as separate entities that they wouldn't be able to do that, but that's cool.
Yeah, just because that way they see that you already funded and you've done a few books already.
Mm-hmm.
So once they approve it, it's in there, and you have an open storefront.
Oh, that's cool.
Until you can get a website up and running, so you can send that traffic to your website.
Yeah,
it's a good option to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good idea.
So I want to thank you for coming on, John.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Book looks really cool. I love the art. The covers are amazing. And hey, who doesn't like dogs?
Exactly.
So check it out. Look in the description for this video, either up above or down below, depending on where you're watching us. And check out all the links there. There's 2 different links where you can follow John, so you know what's going on with the campaigns and what he's working on. And the link for the Kickstarter is in there as well. This will all be linked in the podcast when I upload it in about an hour. So I want to thank you for coming on and wish you the best of luck. And we'll talk real soon.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, and we'll have to do it again with Alpha Dogs 4.
Oh, for sure.